Alright, hello everyone. This is Squirk. I'm a level 65 Necromancer on the Agnarr server. And I'm going to make a little video series about some little tips and tricks and stuff that I've learned playing a Necro at this level. So whether you play an Agnarr or whether you're in a progression server that's coming up to the Plains of Power, I hope this content will be useful to you. So as a first little video, I'm going to be killing, it's how to kill a mob called Vhaksiz the Shade in Plane of Nightmare with a friend. In this case, I'm a sad person. I am my own friend. This is my box, Prilly. You'll probably see her in other videos. You could do this with a DPS friend or box, or a healer friend or box. I would not advise you to do this with a tank, with just a Necromancer and a tank. So to get to Vhaksiz, we are going to have to run through Plane of Nightmare, which has some see-and-vis mobs, through a hobgoblin tunnel, then through a mephit tunnel, and onto this plateau, which is inaccessible from the outside. So you have to go through the tunnel. However, we are Necros, so this is not going to take us that long. So the first thing we're going to do is gain some height. Make sure our pet is on greater hold. And we are basically just kamikaze running across the zone. We may or may not get aggro. I'm not even really looking to see what monsters might be on the way. And our first objective is this river. So as you can see, we happened this time not to get any aggro. This is my extended target window up here. We will not stay that lucky, however. So don't go on land here because there's a bunch of hobgoblins all up there. You want to stay under the water where they cannot see you. And we're going to go into this mephit tunnel here. Okay, and at this point what you want to do is make sure that you have force field up. We are definitely going to need it. Make sure pet is on greater hold. And I'm doing this with a fast mount. You want to have at least, I would say, the 100,000 platinum mount in order to pull this off reliably. You know, your mileage may vary. I would not recommend doing this with the cheapest mount. So in this case, we're actually going to keep, it's a pretty simple route. We just have to run up here, turn right, go over here. There's a drop-off point right there. And then around the tunnel, and we're going to be fighting him in this little corner up here. So in order to do that, the only thing I cannot afford is to get lost. So I'm going to keep my map up, and we are just going to start running in first-person view, so it's easy to get Z-axis control through these tunnels. Now, not that many mobs here cast, which is what really makes this possible. As you see, I've already got a nice train of hobgoblins going. I'm navigating the first bend. I'll probably have some mephits training me in a second here. Yep, there's probably mephits chasing me now. And we're going to drop down into this tunnel. All these mobs see invis, so this is really the only way you can do it. Oh, as you saw there, I had one of them take a swipe at me, which is okay. Okay, now as we enter the plateau, on the left will be one horse somewhere there. We are going to want to run to this NPC right here. This is actually a named mob that was chasing me. Oh no, it's not. Her name is Kaletia, and you can find her on the eastern side of the plateau. And I'm just going to move to the next video clip, and you'll see why. So what I've done now is I've run Prilly to the eastern side of the plateau, just below. So I'm letting her die to this mob, so if you have a friend that you're playing with, that you plan to duo this boss with, then have them run to this spot. And the reason I ran to Calcutta earlier is because it's an easy milestone. It's on Braywall's maps. And what we're going to do is load our resurrection. So you will need to have an Essence Emerald handy. Now we're just going to drag her corpse up here. And resurrect her. So had we actually cleared through all these tunnels, there's a lot of mobs in there. It probably would have taken me about 45 minutes with these two characters to have reached the same point, and we did it in just a few minutes. Okay, it's a few minutes later now, and my ranger has rebuffed. I'm actually not raid buffed, I'm just buffed with self-buffs like Malin, which I need to refresh, I see, and ranger buffs, and I have taken both of the damage shields. Because I'm doing this with a DPS class as my partner, Squirk's role will actually not be to do much damage. He's going to be tanking and healing, while the ranger and the pet keep the mob alive. Now in Agnarr I can't use the pet for aggro because this mob does have mitigation of the mighty. So in terms of spell loadout, there are really 4 key spells that you need for this. You need Shacklet Spirit, your undead slow. Force Shield, which is your damage absorbing rune. And I've picked Splurt and Funeral Pyre as my main 2 kind of damage dealers. And I should say Pyrocure, which is on my clicky pants. So I have 3 kind of dots. They're not going to deal very much damage, but I have 2 other high damage spells. Horror, which is a low mana efficiency, high DPS dot. And I have Destroy Undead, which is my undead nuke, which I'm probably not going to be using much of. My primary objective is to keep myself alive. So I've just moved Prilly to this tree. There's horses over there, but I'm going to ignore them. And there's another one over there. And the mob we want is just straight and is right there. So the first thing you want to do is get far enough away from your ranger, or from your partner, I should say, that if something goes wrong in the pool and you feign death, they won't chain aggro. So I've got the Gloom Nightmare over there. So this mob is undead and hence is slowable by Necros. And it is imperative that you slow it. So if my slow gets resisted, as happened here, we're just going to feign death, rinse and repeat. We must start this fight with slow on the mob. Now, in terms of keeping myself alive, I've got Touch and Mujaki, my life tap. I have both a memorized version and a clicky version of Force Shield. The memorized version is much faster casting, so I'll be using that in emergencies. And if it absolutely goes terribly wrong, I have a Dragon Glyph I could use for better tanking. But hopefully we won't need to use that. Let's try that again. Okay, this time it's landed. So the first thing we want to do is grab some aggro. So I'm just going to cast 1 nuke on this guy, turn the mob for the benefit of my ranger. And we are basically going to be in very defensive mode this entire fight. So we're basically going to cast Force Shield, cast 1 dot. And we are always going to keep our health above 50%. And he hits really hard for close to 1400, so plus he casts a DD on you. So the key thing here is really just never to let yourself get below 50. So you can see I've got Funeral Pyre, I've got Pyrocure, and I've got Splurt on this mob. And of course, importantly, I've got slow. You have to watch the slow because we're going to be going through several rounds of slowing this mob. And of course, as a beginner, I forgot to pet attack. And I've forgotten to mount. Okay. So we're in a pretty good position now. We are going to be using these Distillate of Celestial Healing 10s, which cost about 10 plat each, and considering that this mob drops some items that are worth at least an Agnarr in excess of 20,000 plat, I'm not too concerned about spending 50 to kill it. So we're just following a basic pattern. I just threw Funeral Prior. We're going to get our Force Shield, check our slow. I already had Splurt on him. Get Pyro Cure. I'm low on health, so a fast Force Shield this time. And tap back. Now he can sometimes, he'll just get a lucky series of hits and he'll take you down 30, 40, 50% in one shot. So I've got a fresh full bar of health now. You can see my Funeral Pyre is about to fade, so I'm going to redo this. Do another Force Shield. Refresh Pyro. Refresh Force Shield. Get another dot, a Splurt. I have my potion available. I still have my Dragon Glyph available, which is my tanking glyph. But I'm not going to use either one until I encounter a big series of hits. So just, my dots are still good. Okay, now I need to refresh Shackle of Spirit. If you don't do this, you will die. I don't care how well geared you are. Because he is full slowable, so we're only seeing like 30% of his damage right now. My health is precarious, it's at 50%. So I'm going to be tapping and I'm going to be using my second potion. You don't want to over tap because taps will eat up your mana pretty quick. So we're going to get this Pyrocure dot on him. Force Shield, and we will need to tap a little bit, it looks like. Why is my pet taking damage? He's got Rampage. Men Companion, my pet. Get my health back up to comfortable level. Force Shield. I'll be pulling back a little bit so that my pet does not take Repulse damage. There we go. Force Shield again. Get a dot on him. Force Shield. My other dot. Force Shield. We're still at above 80% mana, so we're in pretty good shape. So again, another Splurt on him. And again, we're not doing a great deal of damage. I mean, you can see I'm doing about probably an average of about 100 DPS from dots and melee procs. And I'm about to have my potion back up if I need it. Tap once. You see my pet is in good condition now that I've moved him out of Repulse range. Refresh my Pyro, Force Shield. So I feel so far I've got this fight under control, but I don't feel confident to start using my high DPS stuff. Whoa, what happened there? Did he take another riposte? It seems he did. So if your pet starts getting hurt like this, back him off out of combat so that he can get his crazy regen going. Checking slow. I've got 54 seconds on that. I will need to pop a potion at this point. Refresh slow. Maybe tap ones. We've got Vhaksiz at 40 something %. Force shield again. Oh, don't refresh that too early. Yeah, Splurt, if you refresh it too early, it will reset back to its initial ticks, which do very little damage indeed. Oh, I left it a little bit too close. Don't resist, don't resist. Okay, there we go. I'm going to be true shotting on my ranger now. I'm in good shape, so I'm actually going to try tossing my first horror. He is actually fairly resistant, so just amp up the DPS a little bit. My force shield is down. Refresh on Funeral Pyre. I will have my potion available in 30 seconds or so. I'm getting a lot of interrupts on my dots, so hopefully after this force shield I can grab it. Getting a bit too low health. A couple taps back on him. Force shield. Pop my potion. You know, if your health gets below like 50%, you don't even want to care about dots anymore. You can see he's just gotten a series of lucky hits. My health is fluctuating between 30 and 70%, which is too low. You really want to be between 50 and 100. Force shield. Another splurts. Get my pet back in action. Pyro. Do a fast force shield. Slow force shield. We used up quite a bit of mana. You saw that. We went from being comfortably up around 80, 90 down to 50% because we let ourselves get into a precarious position with our health. So force shield. I feel like I've said that word 100 times now, so I'm going to stop saying it, but I hope you get the point. We're in pretty good shape. My potion's about to be up again. I probably don't need another refresh on slow, but to be safe I will do it. He resisted it. So I've got a fresh slow in him. Oh, you can see him getting pretty low here. pop my last potion. Tap my health back up. And for the last time I'm casting that spell I won't name. And we've got this guy. So he didn't drop anything good this time. I've sold a couple of these for a few thousand platinum each. This is junk basically. He does, however, drop a set of plate spalders, which are one of the better droppable ones in the game for non-warriors, maybe even for warriors. And those on my server at least fetch about 20 to 25,000 platinum. So that's it. Vhaksiz the Shade has been slain. I would say it's been about 20 to 25 minutes since I've zoned in. Probably about 25 minutes. And that includes a little bit of time to rebuff my ranger. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Good luck if you try this. If you do this with a healer, you're obviously going to be, you still need to slow, but you're going to be moving into DPS modes. You'll be casting Horror, and you'll be casting Destroy Undeads. And you probably will not be casting Life Taps. The reason you don't want to do this with a tank, because who's going to heal the tank? No one. So, enjoy. Post in the comments if you try this with some other combo, or you think I did something badly, but at the end of the day, the mob died, so I'm happy. Alright, take care everyone. Bye-bye.